Don't worry, I was in the back like,
Because when you lot do get humbled again, we will be there.
I'm
Spontaneously buying a phone.
at like the retirement home. Oh, I'm sorry, Stamford Bridge. My first time there. I was
Wearing
like,
our chains
we
is
don't have
crazy,
that.
by the way.
No, hold on. Whereas,
that's
no,
not
hold
a-
on,
that's not an excuse.
Yes, it is.
And that's why he will never win nothing with England. And I said it here, and I said it back.
Okay. Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Keep It 90, brought to you by the house of NNESAGA and supported by Spotify. In with a whole gang. A few of us are ill, some of us are recovering. I'm sitting next to a few people that are just, one's recovered and the others just come in here, saying that these a few things. But it's all good. We're all well, hopefully. How's everyone's weekends been?
It's been a good weekend.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
It's been an expensive weekend.
Really? What you been doing?
I bought myself a phone.
Keep It 90, been paying, boy. Rah. I saw you doing hosting an event for EA Sports and Chelsea. Is that why you bought yourself a new phone, or?
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
And what phone did you get?
Just a 15 Pro Max.
Apple.
Light. What's your case?
Listen, I've had it for 1 day. Okay, I've had it for 1 day.
Before you
I
get
know.
the
Do you know what? It was actually just a sporadic moment. So you guys have seen my Mashup 13 Pro. It's Mashup. And I was in the Apple store with my friend because he broke his MacBook. And I was like,
spontaneously buying a phone. I need whatever you're making. What the heck? You know, it's to be an Apple and say, I'm going to get a 15 Pro.
Yeah.
On a whim.
That's crazy. You need to take pictures on your phone. Fair enough, man.
hallelujah.
Fair
Praise
enough.
God.
What's everyone else been saying? Apart from football, has anyone got up to anything, special?
Recovering. That's
been
my weekend.
Yeah. You look better, though. To be honest, I wouldn't have told if you was ill.
I appreciate that.
It was his tweet the other day. I was like, oh, he's down.
Really? What did he tweet?
He tweeted that. He said what did he say?
I think my health was down the drain or something like that.
Sorry, I shouldn't even be laughing.
Your mouth.
No, to just be tweeting
That's that inner Arsenal hate.
Nah, because that means that he was on the rocks, though. To be tweeting that means he's sniffing down my mouth.
The Vicks and everything, bro.
I just felt down. That was it.
Oh, bless you.
Sorry, man.
That's good.
Sorry,
We're back.
All right, cool. Let's get straight into the football anyway. And before we came in, breaking news came and it affected Nottingham Forest because they have been deducted 4 points after, I would say, pleading guilty. I mean, they didn't have a choice, to be honest. They can still appeal, actually, and their appeal can be done up until this. I think the date is 15th of April or something along those lines. But they've deducted 4 points, and now they're in the bottom three. Luton come out of the bottom three by 1 point. Makes it very tight down there. Obviously, we're still waiting what happens with Everton, what happens with their appeal as well. But yeah, what we making of the news? Obviously, we knew that something was going to come. I think personally, 4 points isn't as bad as it could have been, and something that they can kind of bounce back from.
So what exactly is it for?
Breaking the profit sustainability rules.
Are they going to tell us what rule and how it applies?
I mean, I think they have. Nottingham know what they're guilty of. And obviously they've
you know what you did.
You know what I mean? But also, I think it's one of those ones where we saw the business that they were doing when they came up to the Premier League. I think the first season they signed 20 plus players. The next season it was even more. I think they signed over 40 plus players.
Something like that. Because there was a point, weren't this coming into this season, coming into last season, wasn't it? One of them, and they just signed everybody. Yeah. And everyone was like, I think it was when they came into the Premier.
It was last season,
Yeah, when they came into the Premier, they were signing everyone, and I was like, rah, they're really investing, they're trying to stay. And yeah, it's come back to bite them.
I've seen their fixtures, and the rest of the fixtures they have is Crystal Palace, Fulham, Tottenham, Wolves, Everton, Man City, Sheffield United, Chelsea, and then Burnley. When you look at those fixtures, you reckon they could sell?
I think so, man. They've been difficult for, especially a lot of big teams. It's only like Liverpool they played the other day, and they made it hard for them. Liverpool scored in the last minute. fixing, but they scored, and I definitely think that they can get somewhere. I don't think Luton's in the best of places. I think they'll probably just surpass them, and then Luton will drop back down, and I think they can honestly like get something out of it.
Yeah,
I think it's all dead in
I
the water.
agree, man. Like Nottingham Forest, as much as where they are on the table doesn't kind of show where they have been, like on the pitch, I think they are actually a very decent side. And when push comes to shove, with their backs against the wall, they can produce some results. And then they're playing Chelsea in there as well. They beat Chelsea earlier this season too. Yeah, they did 1-0. Yeah, it was very embarrassing. Very embarrassing. Do you remember? Yeah, I tried to forget about it too. But yeah, I do think that they will survive this, hopefully, because I really do enjoy watching them play, and I do like their squad, and I think there's a lot of potential, and there's bare positive black men in there.
Yeah, nah, facts. But it's tough one because I think Luton, they've excited me this season. So it's one of them ones where obviously I think the game where I kind of was just like, okay, guys, we need to start picking up points was when they were 3-0 up against Bournemouth and then they ended up losing that game. That was tough, and I'm sure it was tough for the team. But it's going to be interesting. I think the title race is very close. The relegation zone is very close as well. But before we talk about the FA Cup and some of the fixtures that happen in the Premier League, let's talk about the WSL because a big fixture was happening, and I remember a few weeks ago when Pippa was about, Anita was making some bold claims about Arsenal. Even though she supports Chelsea, she was making some bold claims about Arsenal, and I actually watched that game, and it was a very dominant Chelsea performance. Could have been 8. That's what I'm going to say.
Anita knew what she was doing.
I knew what I was doing. You get it. Like, I knew what I was doing. I said, Arsenal, they could upset the rhythm, the rhythm and flow. They could upset it just because I knew for a fact that Chelsea would eliminate them from this entire title race. They are now 6 points behind Chelsea and Manchester City in the WSL. That was their one chance to be on equal level playing field. Playing field?
Yeah,
that's the one.
Why does playing field sound wrong?
Do
you know what I mean?
a level playing field.
Oh, they were on like a level. Okay.
We know where you're going.
You know where I was going, but it was their one chance to do that. They messed it up, and I can't lie. I was watching Shiz the whole match, and Shiz was a little bit frustrated at the goalkeeper still.
The goalkeeper,
Really?
I can't lie, the goalkeeper got me mad. And like, this was like my first time at like the retirement home. I'm sorry, Stamford Bridge. My first time there.
You literally can't say that because it's better atmosphere than Emirates. That's what I'm saying.
You have a better atmosphere than Emirates.
100%.
Behave.
100%.
Sam, behave, because we're not doing this today.
Nah, you just relax on that.
Behave. Let me stay quiet. Anyway, so WSL.
This all started from what you said. There was no need for that.
I'm
You
just
literally
saying,
are talking about your team
I
losing.
I got it confused. My bad. So personally, I think we lost because of the aura in the socks. And like, it's like, bro, how does that even happen though?
Yeah,
like,
how
how
does
are we
that
not
happen?
patterns?
That's crazy.
Do you know what's crazy?
How are we not
It would
patterns?
never happen in the men's
So
game.
what exactly happened? Because I saw there was a delay on the TV, but and I walked away and I came back. What actually happened with this
They
whole
had
socks?
the wrong socks. Well, they had the same white socks as the Chelsea women's team had, but obviously more time they want you to have different socks. So that obviously the officiators can kind of differentiate between the two. So that's why you have the home kit and the away kit, and then you have variety.
Yeah.
We didn't come with extra socks.
So you
We just came with the white socks.
The one pair.
Yes.
And guess
So then we had to wear Chelsea socks, and I'm saying the aura has got a bit
Okay.
of paprika in there and messed up our
Tell
flow,
the full
man. Just
story.
quack.
They had to go to the Chelsea mega store
Yeah.
and
And
buy
buy socks.
Aye.
and
That's
tape
embarrassing,
the
man.
Chelsea logo.
Yeah.
So the kit man had to go to the mega store and be like, look, I need
Yeah.
15 pairs. Jeez.
So
I
they
did-
gave us bread and they lost.
my days.
Crazy.
Yep.
At least
You know
they could
what's so
have
crazy?
but that's jokes.
It was because there was a cheeky tweet from the Chelsea account, and it was like, "Oh, they said London is blue, and so is your socks."
So,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Yeah.
"Raw," but in
Insane.
all honesty, though, that is
was
bad.
bad.
Though,
I'm
man.
not gonna
Come on,
lie.
man. That can't be that can't
Big
be happening.
up the Chelsea women's admin, because the tweets that came flying after that day, my God, I've never laughed.
I blocked that
like this.
account, so I don't know what happened after that.
See, there's something in your heart
No,
about
no,
Chelsea.
block that,
There's
man.
there's something
Get out of here, block.
real deep.
No, there's not.
But-
You.
For the women's though, like I can understand it. Chelsea rocked up out of nowhere and started taking everybody's WSLs.
Yeah.
They just started collecting it like Thanos. So I get the hatred, like I get it. And then Lauren James comes in. Oh, Lauren James.
I got to give it to her. Me, obviously, I'm an Arsenal fan, but
James.
Lauren James, bro, like, there's nothing I can say about her. Like, she's an amazing baller. She made everything happen that night. She was
Yes.
everywhere. places I saw her up the top of the pitch, and then next minute I know she was in goal. Like she's such. Like, I just can't even explain how good of a player she is. Like, she's beyond.
I'll take her in the men's team.
I'll take her in the men's team firstly, but I saw her playing in so many different positions across the front three. At one point, she was playing right back like a brother. I was looking at her like she's on her day. Lauren James is the best footballer on the planet, and no one can tell me otherwise.
She's
and
capable.
she knows she's good.
Yeah,
like,
she does.
She
does.
knows.
She's got an arrogance about her.
Yeah, I like that.
There's such an aura around,
You
and I
need
like that.
Yes,
When
I
you're
know
good,
I'm her.
I'm
like,
her.
Yeah,
I'll be real.
Yeah.
She was annoying me so much on the weekend. I started Googling where it went wrong as far as leaving Arsenal.
Oh, you don't want to know, honey.
I was so vexed. I was like, all right, let me actually research what actually went wrong
honey.
here.
Who did that?
You don't want to know.
Is this in the job?
She left Arsenal, left Man United to come home, honey.
Nah,
You don't want to know where it went
Come
wrong.
back to us.
No, I love that. So are you guys saying that because of this, because it's still obviously Chelsea and City are still at the top. Obviously Chelsea have scored a lot more goals. But are we saying that it's going to go down to the wire, or do you think there's going to be a point where Chelsea run away with it?
It's 100% going down to the wire. I think Chelsea and Man City still have to play each other in a WSL. Don't quote me on that. Let me actually Google that first.
Because that will be a game.
Yeah.
But either way, I think it works in City's favour to be joint top, but
no, that
still,
was a lie, it was a lie.
it's a lie. They're not playing each other. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it works in their favour to be joint top, but still be chasing them. I think Chelsea are so used to being in this position, but at the same time, they still know that there's a pressure of finishing Emma's career at Chelsea on a high. So it's gonna be interesting.
Story,
yeah, exactly.
Like that,
Exactly.
The thing is, Man City still have Man United to play, and Man United going away to hosting Man United is not an easy task for them to do. So hopefully they can drop some points there. Man United do us a favour.
Yeah. Need that.
And also, I think Chelsea, they still have to go to Liverpool, and I think that's about it. Man City and Arsenal still have to play each other as well.
Right.
So that's going to be probably a bit more juicy.
To bring bad vibes in here. That's what you're on.
That's gonna be.
It's fine. Chelsea's playing Man United on the last day of the season.
Really.
So it can actually go either
good.
way.
That's
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's good. Well,
Be a good watch.
Anita, the stuff that you done with Nike, was that on the game day?
Yeah, so
What was it about?
basically Nike, EA Sports FC linked up with Barclays WSL, and I think they've got Nike have a new shirt coming out on the game for Ultimate Team. So yeah, if you guys are playing Ultimate Team, I can't tell you from when, but it probably will be out by the time this comes out, to be fair. But there will be a new shirt from Nike on Ultimate Team. Make sure you check it out.
Nice one. Now you and Steph killed it still. I saw you guys cracking jokes on stage and that.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Sometimes the jokes wasn't landing, and you have to look at everybody like left.
Don't worry, I was in the back.
That is hilarious.
You're real. You gotta back it. You gotta back it.
Thank you.
You want to come with another one, Anita? That wasn't funny enough. No, I'm joking. All right, cool. Let's move on to the FA Cup, because it was obviously the FA Cup weekend. A few quarterfinals. Let's go with day one. Obviously, Coventry Wolves. That was a shocking result. Big result for them, beating Wolves in the last 2 minutes.
It was so dramatic though, and you know what it is.
The beauty of the
it's
FA
so
Cup.
cliche to say, but yeah, that's what it was. It was the beauty of the FA Cup, and it's like they got Man United now. Obviously, you don't want to skip too much, but hey, don't sleep on them.
No, 100%. Ellis Sims is on fire.
Hey.
Had you right. I actually watched them. I watched Coventry play Watford a few weeks ago, and they play decent football. They play really decent football. They're a team that are confident as well. They dispatched Maidstone when the big story was happening. They said, nah, you're not around here. Give them 5. You know what I mean? So they were on it. The other fixture was City versus Newcastle.
Yep.
Beat them 2-0 comfy. Two deflected goals, but Newcastle are at a stage in the season where I feel like they're playing to see the season out.
They look deflated now.
Yeah.
They look deflated. They look like, I don't know. We spoke about this. I think we spoke about this in couple weeks back, and we said about Eddie Howe. You know, whether he's keeping his job, and I said, you know, I was saying he's a bit of a transitional manager. I think he's lost a bit of the team now. You
reckon?
Yeah, and it just they don't even look like they got the fire in them. And Newcastle, one thing about Newcastle, they always got the fire. And you know what? Not being funny, I think they missed their boy as well. Like
Tonali.
Saint Maximin.
Really?
They miss him a little bit. I think so because it's just his energy, the energy he brings. I don't know if Gordon brings that. Gordon.
I
don't agree.
I think in terms of numbers, because they've obviously had a lot of injuries.
Yeah,
this
a lot
season,
of injuries. Yeah,
but I
like,
think they needed to sell him to survive. So I don't think they miss him in that sense because they got good price for him. And obviously Gordon, Harvey Barnes got injured, but Isak can play out wide. Like I feel like they've got a few man there, but I just think because of the injuries that they've had,
Isak missed some chances.
He did. But yeah, man. The fixtures that happened the day after, probably I'd say one of the best games this season. Liverpool versus United. That was an incredible game to watch. I actually felt the first 20 minutes. I was shocked at what I was seeing from United. Like they were that good.
They had to play ball. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, I was.
I was waiting for this.
Oh no, I just said dominant. I just had nothing to say after that.
Yeah, they
what are you saying, coach, for that performance?
It just surprised me, really, isn't it? I haven't really thought much of United this season, if I'm honest with you. Particularly Ten Hag, just always an excuse for every single time they've drawn or lost a game. But they came out the guns, they wanted to win, innit? That was it. It was they surprised me. Obviously the storyline's been Klopp, he's gonna get his victory lap for this final season, and United were just there to go, no, don't think so. Try again.
And do you know what? That's pride for United.
Yeah.
Because I'm not being funny. I didn't start watching it because I didn't get home from Stamford Bridge till about, I think it was 2-1 at the time. And you could just tell that Liverpool looked so complacent. They looked like, oh, we've won this already, like it's United. Like they were not putting in the energy that they would have put in if it was like, say, a Man City that they were going up against and they were 2-1 up against Man City, where they just keep the energy going. Liverpool, they got complacent. Man United showed them like, all right, you get complacent, cool, we want this more than you want it. And when it got to 3-3, you saw Liverpool shaking.
Yeah.
You saw Klopp up and down, pacing up and down. Then when that fourth goal went in, I let out a little screech. I'm not a Man United fan.
I celebrated, bro. I don't want Klopp to have this
not just
great guy, but
not just because of Liverpool, but for Ahmad as well. Like I was like, all right.
Yeah, I was so
and he
happy.
played his socks off, I can't lie. He was like, I'm going down to the bone, like if it comes down to it.
And I really wish he didn't get sent off.
No, but we got to talk about that. No, we got to talk about that though, because I can't lie to you. You do the crime, you do the time, but that is a legendary moment. That is the only time you'll get sent off and the crowd is clapping you off. You're able to give your shirt to a fan and he's literally getting like lauded as a like, it was incredible. It was incredible.
He was a hero and walking off that pitch.
You know what's so interesting? So I think when I was watching that game, I feel like everyone in that United team gave it their all. Like all of the decisions that Ten Hag made during that game, I was looking at them as it was happening and like, are you sure you're doing the right thing? Like Wan-Bissaka coming off and then eventually going into extra time and Anthony having to play left back. He didn't want to play left back as well. He was telling everyone basically before
Bruno centre back as well.
Bruno centre back. Yeah. They finished the game with Dalot right back, Maguire, Bruno, and then Anthony left back. Yeah. And I think when you look at that, you have to just be happy that they just beat Liverpool.
Because it's insanity.
Not even just that though. Like I think for Man United that could be, like a lot of times a lot of players are not gonna do that unless they really there's a unity or a feeling in the team where a man's committed to. Bruno playing centre back's insane. Who would ever want to do that? But he did it. Anthony went left back. He did it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like that shows something. Like I know Man United don't always play and I keep saying like your season's not as bad as you think it is. I know it's not the prettiest. But come on, man.
No, I think to be fair, like this is probably going to be their highlight of their season. Like getting because
they win the FA Cup.
They look like they can get to the final, but I think Coventry could actually if they're not focused in that game, Coventry can do something. But also like I think when you look at where United are, if they were at a make or break point because they've lost I think 12 times in the league, they have crashed out of the Champions League, not in the Carabao Cup anymore. So this was their moment to say, okay, cool, we're trying to leave the season with something. And I think Ten Hag and the players themselves like just wanted to hold themselves accountable. But I also think on the other side, Klopp, this is the first time that I've seen Klopp not get it right like this season in terms of his changes and how he normally makes them throughout the game. I think this game and also the game before, because I think Salah played the 90 minutes in their second leg in the Europa League. They had already won that game. He played 90 minutes. He came off in the 60th or around 60th, 70th minute against United. And it's like, surely this game was more important. It could have been, do you know what I mean? So I think this was the first time that I saw Liverpool being tired, genuinely.
Yo, guys, it's us from Keep It 90. Massive thanks to Spotify for supporting us. Have you given us a follow yet? If you haven't, make sure you do. Man United will beat Coventry. As in, flat out.
I'm telling you, I don't think so.
I know, spirit of the FA Cup, but no. Man United is going to beat Coventry. Coventry, they had a great game against Wolves. Fine, we give them that. And this is no disrespect to Coventry at all. You look at what Man United, you named it, they're out of everything. What they are fighting for, they will come together and they will fight harder than they did for Liverpool to get to that final. And it's going to be at Wembley as well. I'm sorry, it'll be a nice day out for Coventry. I put all my money on Man United winning that.
That's crazy to me.
I don't know. I think
Coventry aren't even doing that well in their league.
It doesn't matter though, because I think that competition and that stage in the competition, anything can happen. But also, United aren't that team to just guarantee anything. They're like similar to Chelsea at the moment. Like you can't. It's literally.
If Chelsea was playing Coventry, I wouldn't know.
No, but the game that they had beforehand, I can't remember who United played when they went away. I think it took them like a few last-minute goals for them to beat them. Who was it? Was it Shrewsbury or something? Let me actually get it.
The point is that
they have not been convincing in any win that they've had this season against teams that are worse than them.
Let's look at the Carabao last year. Was it the Carabao that they won? When they got to the semis. And everyone's thinking, oh, no, they're probably still going to crash out. And they didn't. Like, when push comes to shove, Man United is the better team on paper, You saw the performance against Liverpool as well. We're talking about Bruno playing freaking centre-back here, right? They put on a great match against Liverpool. I cannot say for the life of me that Coventry can go and bring an upset.
They struggled against Wigan, where they won 2-0. They struggled against Newport. And I watched that game and they were struggling.
But Sam, we struggled against Nottingham Forest. We drew Man City.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, I'm not saying you're saying that they're different. I'm not saying they're different. I'm saying that they're similar stages in terms of whatever game they go into, you don't know what United side you're going to see, you don't know what Chelsea side you're going to see, and we might as well just go into the Chelsea game anyway.
All
because
I'm going to say is, if you're a United fan, buy your final ticket now. Get the ones that cheap.
Boy, they're not as confident. They're not as confident as you.
It's a derby final still.
They're not as confident as you still.
Sorry, guys. But
no, to be fair, it's fine.
You can't hurt me. You can't hurt me.
What are we saying for Chelsea Leicester? How did we feel about that game?
Boy,
it felt like a proper good championship type of game. Do you know what I mean?
She's playing it.
Did you watch it?
Oh yeah, I watched it. Yeah.
So you felt that it was a championship game?
Yeah, it felt like a real championship-esque game.
No, but that's just not honest.
It's honest.
It's just not honest.
I'm being honest.
I need to hear honest analysis, Prince.
You know what it is? I'm trying to keep composure in it, because I don't see it's things like this why I want Arsenal sometimes to actually learn, and when they do get humbled, no, because when you lot do get humbled again, we will be there. Anyway, going into the game, it just shouldn't have been that difficult.
It was a game that from my point of view, it's a game that you know that you should win because you're at home facing Leicester. They had a few injuries. But also, it's a game that you know that even if you're 2-0 up, and what almost transpired is what could have happened. Like, you're 2-0 up, make a mistake, and then things can just turn the tide.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, what you are seeing with this team is fight. You're seeing growth in terms of there was complacency when we were 2-0 up, but then there was the heart to come back and the players that came off the bench to make an impact. And that's what you want to see in the sides. We know we're at a stage where we're in a transitional period, but in recent weeks or recent months, you can look at that game and say, that's a game that Chelsea could have easily lost.
Yeah, I think earlier on in the season, we go down, we concede a goal, that's it for us. We just look lost. I think we do breathe a bit more air in confidence, and you can see that resonate on the pitch a little bit. But man, it was a frustrating game because one thing we got to get into. Stamford Bridge, wake up. First and foremost is to listen. Leicester was rocking our stadium, you know. Even when they were 1-0 down, they were rocking our stadium. I'm talking about Ben Chilwell came out to warm up. They were grilling him non-stop. You know what I'm saying? Even when Chilwell knows the Leicester boys, when he hugged them,
They booed.
They were on him, and then obviously Chilwell waved, and it was like, oh, you know what I mean? Because obviously he knows what it is, and they were singing like even before the game started. They was like, "Did you cry at Wembley? Did you cry at Wembley?" Well, they were on us, and I was like, I remember I said to Anita, and I was like, "We need to score early and more than one to shut these lot up." And the game got into that direction. We pushed it into that direction, and we got the two got, but then. It's the small things, and this is where Chelsea start doing this capitulation type of thing, where it's like, why are we missing pens? Why is there no leader in this team that tells, no, Cole Palmer takes the penalties? Why is Poch not saying?
Who's you guys as captain? Gallagher,
yeah. But I don't think that there's anything wrong with Sterling asking for the pen.
No, there's everything. You
just have to score it though. He's not the first person to ever ask for a pen.
But
if you win a penalty, you can ask to take the penalty.
I kind of feel like it's been a battle though, because I can't remember what game it was that I was watching, and I think Sterling again had asked Palmer, and Palmer was like, no.
Against City.
Yeah, and it was like, this
has been like a real. And there was one against, and there's also one against Arsenal when we got the pen against Arsenal, and Sterling took the ball, and then Enzo, and it took Enzo, and Enzo said, no. And I'm thinking, well, okay, between Gallagher and Poch, someone's got to say.
It has to be Gallagher because he's on the
because
pitch.
at the time we're only but Poch. I've seen managers say, "Hey, what's all of that?" I've seen Jose do it. I've seen so many managers do it where they're like, "No, we're only one up. Stick to the plan."
Yeah.
All of this petty penalty thing, I get it. If we're 3-0 up, let's not do it because that nearly bit us. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and I think, and also, I personally believe Sterling missing that penalty ruined his game.
Yeah.
Because after that, he had the one, and these are the things. It's too much of a risk.
Yeah.
Stick to the plan.
But I also think it's tough though, because I think Sterling's going through a patch here where he's not playing as well as he knows he can, and also the Chelsea fans just aren't supporting him. So it's like when he's not having a good game, and what I don't necessarily understand is that like a player's not having a good game that you support, or he's playing for your club and you're booing him. That doesn't make sense to me. So it's like.
What? I understand why fans would boo Sterling. I understand it. But I can't fathom myself to now go to a stadium and start booing at my own player.
So you don't understand it then?
No, because I understand that he's frustrating, right? I get it. I get how frustrating he is. And in your mind, you're cussing him out. Like, you're cussing him the fuck out. Like, how you missing the penalty, that free kick that you took was diabolical. The 1v1s you've had, you missed all of them. And then you're thinking, like, you're fed up. But the atmosphere around him, when he was coming off the boos, like...
But he's not the only one, though.
I couldn't kind of understand why everyone was that angry.
He's not the only one, though.
I get it, though. I mean, we had something similar with Xhaka at Arsenal.
Yeah.
It gets to a certain point where fans are just...
But Xhaka was different, though. And the reason why I say it's different, because he was actually getting sent off. He had disciplinary issues.
No, I get it. But what I mean is, as far as it gets to a point where, as fans, it's like, this is the only way you can communicate with the player. Wake up. You're one of the leaders. Like, at the end of the day, Sterling is...
When you put it like that, I get that.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, Sterling is one of the senior leaders in this team. And the way he's been playing, you wouldn't have thought it. So at a certain point, as a fan, that is the only way you can communicate. Look, we've been riding with you for this long. Fix up.
Yeah.
And we're not happy.
As a wake-up call, I'm sure Sterling has heard it loud and clear, especially that comment that was put underneath his post talking about, how they understand no, they don't understand. They were talking about how...
he's not really setting an example.
He's not setting an example, and they're struggling to connect with Sterling.
Yeah.
Like, I get that, and I understand that kind of way to give him a wake-up call. You boo at the Stamford Bridge, giving him a wake-up call there. But I still think... as fans, we still have to get behind our player as much as we
I just think
can.
it's a cop-out, though. I think Sterling's been scapegoated everywhere he's gone. So every club that he's been at, that's been a big club. When he left Liverpool, he was scapegoated. When he left City, they're trying to say he's not a legend, even though he scored 100 goals for them and all of this stuff. Yeah. He's now at Chelsea, where he's one of the highest paid players. And obviously, he started the season saying he wants to lead by example. He wasn't even playing as bad. But I think in that type of position... when you're a winger, we don't even see that many wingers that are like constants, that are constantly getting goals, constantly getting assists. We don't see that. At Chelsea, we do not see that. So to think that, to look at his type of game and say, you should score every chance that you get in, when you're 1-on-1. There's certain things that, bro, I'm a fan. I'll get frustrated at, man. But if I look at it objectively and I'm saying, okay, cool, you're getting in those positions constantly. Do better there. Same with Jackson. People trying to write him off. We were saying from time, give him time. He's a type of player that you can tell he's growing. Now he's growing in that confidence because people are believing. If you're a player, or even if you're just a human and you want to do better, and the people that are supporting you aren't willing you want to do better, how are you gonna feel? It doesn't make sense.
I think it's the human side of it as well. It's like just watching it happen. And obviously, like, Sterling's not my player, but it's like as crap as he might have been that game, at the end of the day, like, bro, people have off form times in the season, and it's like it's not necessarily like your fault. Like, if you want, like, if I could score that goal, I would score it. But it's just that right now I just missed that chance, and I'm seeing people boo him the minute he touched the ball. You're booing him. He's coming off the pitch. Some people were cheering. Well, I did hear cheers, but like,
there was loads of people
that ain't gonna push me. I'm gonna feel like, raw, you lot don't want me here. Like, that's how I'm gonna feel.
Yeah, you know what it is though, and my also my opinion, and this ain't to throw blame one way or another, because I think it's a bit of both in it, like, and down to the human thing as well, but. Sterling also knows he can do better, for one. He knows what he can do. Poch, save him. Sometimes you need a manager just to save you. If the manager can see this is not going his way today, just take him off.
I hear you.
I feel like that would have been different.
No, but then
people would have taken that differently. Like, oh look, he's getting hooked.
But getting hooked. You see, that is the new kind of thing of this new era of football where they see it as hooked. No, that is actually what substitutions are for. Yeah. If you're not performing, you come off. That is actually how football is.
Do you know why you're right about that?
Yeah.
He took off Mudryk first. And that riled up the fan.
No, but I understand it though.
Nah, because Mudryk was having a good game. Mudryk had a good game.
He had a calm game.
He had a good game. Less on his level.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. We've created new levels for players.
Yeah.
We've
But
lowered
that's
our
where we are.
standard.
That's where we are. Our standard is low.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The whole thing that I'm saying around that is that we've created different standards for different players.
For Sterling.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you can have high standards for Sterling. The high standards is him scoring every other chance he gets or getting assists every other. But he's still getting in those positions. Sterling will still work even if he misses 3 on a bounce. With Mudryk, he can actually have a 20-minute period in a game that he's just not there. The same thing with Noni. Noni's a great player in spurts, but you can't just expect, Sterling's not playing well, so we got to bring these on. That's not how it works, because we watch our team. Sterling is a senior player, and even off the ball, I know that there's certain things that he just understands the game more. Yeah. So I can understand why Poch will trust him in those positions where we need a goal, we need certain people on the pitch.
But it goes back to protecting your player, because by half time,
Sterling wouldn't have wanted to come off, regardless of
I know that,
but
but I've seen like, that's what I mean, and this is where the problem with Chelsea at the moment is like.
Oh, God, we're here again.
There's a disconnection of authority in the club and in the team. Sometimes just protect your player. There's nothing wrong with it, because you as a manager can say, look, it's been mad. Put your arm around him and tell him, look, let them.
He did do that.
No, but at what point though?
No, but
when it was just
at half time.
No, not even just game. He's had games where he wasn't playing.
At half time, even like when they were going in for Leicester at half time, Poch's assistant, they had their arms around him, like talking.
Because he was frustrated. And he was walking off, and Sterling was genuinely like. We was there.
He was
watching.
rattled.
He was rattled. He was genuinely rattled, because he knew that 1-on-1 he should score that.
Yeah,
he knows the
pen. You just need support. Like, you don't just hook him off.
And
like,
but it's not about.
It's like I hear what you mean. Like, obviously, is you're protecting the player and whatever, you're taking him off. But sometimes you just need support to get you back in there. Like, he missed the penalty and then assisted straight afterwards. So it's not like he hasn't got it in him. He has it in him. And sometimes you just need someone to help
that mentality to keep going. Like, you need that. You need that.
I'm so torn on this whole Sterling situation. I love Sterling as a player. Mm-hmm. I really respect him as a player. Sometimes his performances, they frustrate the hell out of me. I could never, as a Chelsea fan, bring myself to boo Sterling at Stamford Bridge. I probably wouldn't boo anyone at Stamford Bridge. The only person that I probably booed at Stamford Bridge is Graham Potter. Respectfully, he deserved it. But other than that, like, I've never gone to Stamford Bridge. Even I don't fuck with Pulisic. Like, when Pulisic was here, I made it very known and very clear that Pulisic, you're not my dog. But I wouldn't go to Stamford Bridge and boo him. You know, I think Chelsea fans should actually look at themselves and say, that was kind of shit. Hopefully he's got the wake up call. Everyone said what they need to say to him.
It's just it's a boiling point, isn't it? I think unfortunately Sterling's been hit with the boiling point of Chelsea fans at this point, where you've not had the greatest of seasons. He's meant to be the leader. He's the most expensive player you guys have got, and you're not getting quite what, at the end of the day, you've been expecting from him. So I'm not gonna say it was inevitable, but it happens. But it happens. You can see why it's led to this point.
You know what? Can I say something? We actually won. So can we talk about Madueke's goal?
No, but that's what I'm saying. There's like we actually got to another semi-final. We're at Wembley again. Like when you look at the whole season, yes, we're 11th, and you can say we shouldn't have lost some of the games that we've lost, but when you look at it as a whole, we got to one cup final. You're in one semi-final. European spots aren't 10 points plus away. They're in your sight. You've got a decent run to be able to get that. It's actually no, I don't even mind the eyes because these lot have been here.
I'm just nodding.
If you actually look at it, because Poch said it in his press conference, like you actually have to realize that we've got a lot to be doing, and everyone's expecting certain things, but then it's like they make an expectation, but then when he hits them with the reality, it's like, oh no, you're not being positive or you're not being ambitious. It's like, nah, I know the team. I want the best for them. You can see when there's been times that it's been mad dark. Yeah. The players have fought for him, bro.
Yeah, we haven't had that's that one thing. Throughout the season, the players have fought for him, and they do defend him, and they say that they you know what I mean. They say they defend each other.
You know, I'm seeing that camaraderie within the Chelsea team that we haven't seen in a couple of years. Yeah, in a couple of years we haven't seen the Chelsea boys support each other, and come out and defend each other, and that's nice to see.
And I was saying this to my boys. I feel like Chelsea is going through a transition of what Arsenal was when they were bonding through the tough times, and I think it's like that's what they're trying to do. All the behind the scenes videos and all these things that we're seeing is like I've not really seen Chelsea like that because it was just a bag of leaders before. Now it's like a bag of young players, and they are sticking
it's
together.
Important. You need that. That's the foundation, and I think.
And I feel like in a couple of years, when they are older and some of them become the leaders and some of them understand the process, it will look good. But we still need some leaders in that team. But shout out to Noni.
Shout out to we've got a few shout
out to Noni. Shout out to Mudrik. Shout out to Cucurella. Shout out to Carney Chukwuemeka. I hope I said it right.
Yeah, but those are good shout outs, but we need the elite shout outs.
No. The elite ones.
Gusto.
Number 1.
Cole Palmer.
Number 2.
Nah, honestly.
Gusto and Cole Palmer, my favourite players for Chelsea this season.
Gusto has been a revelation. Like, to the point that if Reece James comes back, Gusto has to play left back. He has to be on the pitch.
No. If Reece James comes back, they have to fight it out. Or we go to a back five, baby.
Nah, come on, let's be honest.
No. We have to keep it G, yeah. You do not bench a player like Gusto no more, and you don't shift him no more.
Not while he's on form.
Not while he's on form. You don't do it.
You lot are talking about Chelsea's captain.
No. Don't get me wrong.
It's not about
I'm not saying Reece James gets benched. I'm not saying Reece James gets benched. I say we move to a back five.
For how many years? And you're talking about a captain coming back from injury. Fighting for his position.
You ease him in. You ease him in at the end of
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm saying that in general, a captain coming back, he's going to get his spot.
We're acting like we haven't seen that before with Chelsea.
No, but I'm saying if Reece James comes back fully fit and we see him at his best, you still have to fit Gusto
Reece James at his best is ridiculous,
exactly.
Right?
Yeah, fully fit James will take a while anyway. So in between that time, Gusto is
but I'm just saying they just need to find a way to work together because Gusto has been incredible. Cole Palmer has been one of the best players of the season. I think he's probably top 2 now for young player of the season.
100%. Him and Foden.
That actually pisses me off.
Yeah.
Him and Foden.
Pisses me off. 35 M's.
No, it's 45.
I don't care.
Yeah.
35, 45. They get him that cheap.
Even if we signed him for 60 mil, people will still say
I can't believe
that is like
great business.
Cole Palmer's been amazing.
Some clubs paid 40 mil for Mason Mount.
Boy. They paid 60.
They paid 60
I think
mil.
it was 65 even. 60 to 65.
Hell.
But yeah, he's been incredible. And I think going into the semi-finals now, those are the kind of players that you kind of lean on. Obviously, we know City are going to be favourites. United are going to be favourites for the other semi. But I think both can go either way. Like, I'm going to be honest, in semi-finals at Wembley, anything can happen. Like, we've seen City lose. We've seen United lose. So I'm predicting a... Actually, am I going to predict a City win? I'm going to predict a Chelsea win. I'll go 2-1 Chelsea. I'll go 2-1 Chelsea. I got to be confident.
Manchester Derby final.
Got to be confident.
Yeah.
Took a shit.
You can talk what you talk, but you don't have to
Talk
back.
a shit, girl.
You could say what you want to say, bro.
I'm going 2-1 Chelsea.
You don't. You could say what you believe, bro.
Do you
I'm
know,
not
no.
forcing you to say anything.
I don't know what to believe. All I know is that I'm not going to Wembley. I'm not doing it. I'm not going.
But I think we can win it. What are you saying?
Chelsea vs Coventry final, man.
Love that. Love that.
I'm just saying, innit? Like, and clip that up. I'll be here.
I love that. I love that. I love that.
Alright, you know, I've seen the script, man.
If Chelsea get to the final, Chelsea win. That's
Amen.
what I'll say.
Amen. All right, cool. Let's go into the. There was a few fixtures in the Premier League, but the biggest shock of the fixtures was Spurs versus Fulham. Fulham won 3-0.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it.
Couldn't believe it.
I don't think it's that much of a shock.
Why? Why'd you say that?
Like, I don't think Fulham is a bad team, and it's like even when they beat us and we went over there, it happened. Like everyone was just like, "Nah, how are you getting beaten by Fulham?"
Was angry that
and
day.
I was vexed. But I was just like, "But they actually balled out. I can't even complain. Like the way they played, they balled out."
And that left back had that left back had
like,
Saka that game still.
It could happen, and it can happen, and like so for me, I'm not surprised. Like with how Spurs is, I feel like they're very up and down, and sometimes I just don't understand like how they play, like why they play how they play every single time.
Really?
Yeah, they play this really high line, and I feel like in some occasions it does not work against certain teams. That especially if they build themselves up to play against you, because you play like that every single like game. It's like us last season. Like you're gonna get found out, and when you get found out, this is how this stuff happens.
Interesting. What are you saying, Coach? What are you saying for Spurs and their hopes to making Champions League football? Do you reckon they're gonna do it?
They still got a chance, to be fair. Because it's really between them and Villa at this point. 3 points. 3 points between the two teams. I think I still favor Villa, if I'm honest, just because I like the squad more and I hate Tottenham. But but yeah, no, they've got a chance. Listen, they've got a chance. But again, that ends football. I think one thing that Postecoglou needs to figure out is they need a plan B. Because as we just saw with Fulham, those are the games you need to be winning if you want that Champions League spot. Yeah. And if all you do is keep playing the same way and teams keep exposing you for it, you're not going to get it. So
let them go to the champs then.
And Werner started as well now. So
and he scored a few, no?
He missed it. Was it?
Werner's Wernering.
Yeah, Werner's Wernering. And you know what it is? I like it because, and this is to the Spurs fans that were talking rubbish, saying that you lot believe you was going to unlock. You've unlocked him. Well done. Congratulations.
You know what? You know what though? He's been all right. He's not. He's just been Timo.
He's been Werner. That's it. Like you've unlocked him. This is what I'm saying. Like he's been. This is Werner. And the thing is, I always loved Werner because you know what? He always tried, and that was one thing.
He works hard.
He works very hard. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't. But I just had to talk to the Tottenham fans that were saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna unlock." I was like, okay. You're going to unlock exactly what we unlocked. Yeah.
Enjoy. Now, to be fair, got to shout out Ange regardless, because I saw something that he did with a fan at their training ground. This fan had disability, and it just made him feel welcome. And also, he was talking in a press conference about someone was complaining that Spurs have plastic fans at the club or on match days. And the way he answered it was really good. I think Ange is he's making Spurs more likable, regardless of what you think of Spurs. Because of because even when but realistically, when I'm watching Spurs, they are exciting team to watch. I think they've suffered a lot with injuries. I think they're way ahead of where they thought they would be in terms of their stages in their process. Because realistically, losing your captain and top goal scorer is a big thing to lose.
But I'm sorry, when was Spurs not likeable?
Spurs have not been likeable for years.
They've been media darlings for years. They shouldn't even be in the top 6.
No, but I'm talking about just fans, innit?
Oh, fans. Oh, okay. I still like
people boy Spurs for everything. Yeah. Everything. When they got to the final, do you know what I mean? Even the media ain't really been on their side because Spurs are just Spurs, innit? But I think Ange's put them in that positive.
He's honest, isn't it? That's the one thing I'll say. He's an honest guy, and I like managers like that where they just say it as it is. They don't do the whole hiding behind cryptic messages going the long way around about saying things. He just gets to the point, says how he feels about it, and you just got to respect it at the end of the day, really. So and that's given me that. Again, still hate them, but he's a nice guy.
No. Chelsea.
Yeah, they are that club. But yeah, let's talk about the Champions League. Let's wrap it up quickly. Arsenal.
Quickly now, we've got time
versus
for this.
Wolves.
We
No,
got time.
actually, let's not wrap it up. Let's not wrap it up quickly. Let's talk actually, because
We got time.
Champions League, Arsenal obviously won, but like the draw. What are you guys saying? Are you happy with Bayern Munich?
Another 10-2. Sorry.
This is just.
I mean, I would accept it if he was in there with us.
Well, yeah, this is it.
All right, can I just say one thing?
We
Because-
never.
Hold on.
No, but
Got
for like
No.
Why
And
Chelsea
Talking
never
from
got
outside
that
right
10-2.
Can I just throw something out there, because I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans be saying this stuff about you lot are talking and you're not in the competition.
Yeah.
Have you lot not been talking for the last 10 years about the Champions League? I could draw your tweets. You lot have tweeted about Champions
someone
League
take
for
his blood
years and you
pressure.
ain't been in it.
Fuck me.
Let's
Yeah,
not
anyway,
switch the
so
script,
yeah,
you
no,
see?
the
Listen,
draw-
you want to take jabs
That,
at
no,
10?
I'm being dead real.
Yeah,
I don't like...
Hold on, but you want to take jabs at 10-2. You're not even in the
No,
tournament right
I
now,
didn't
so-
take jabs. But what I'm saying I'm just saying is Arsenal fans out there that are saying all of this, don't talk and you're not in the competition. If I go, every Arsenal fan that I know have said that. If I go to your tweets and I've seen you tweeting in the last 5 years, 10 years, why are you tweeting about it?
Prince,
no, but
why are we
let's
just
be
Prince,
honest.
Prince, why
No,
have we just
but-
said, why have we just mentioned it just now? We haven't just said you're not in the competition.
Bro,
We only said
exactly,
because we were just
because there was
provoked.
energy.
We were just
And if
provoked.
there was
because-
energy,
no.
she said 10-2,
Yeah,
and there's
no,
energy, I'm going to bite
just
back.
said it for the sake
I
of
didn't
it.
just sit here. I didn't just sit here and say,
what we need,
yeah,
you know
brother,
what we
why?
need to, you know what we need to actually
Come
be
on.
honest about. Yeah, you guys bit very hard,
So
and
quick.
the reality is, your last time that you faced Bayern Munich in the competition, you lost 10-2.
Yeah.
So we're asking, how are you feeling about the fixture?
No,
just
so
be honest about it.
So you asked the question, thank you, but then there was the energy.
Yeah, because the 10-2 was the last
Energy.
performance.
Hey,
Look at
all
this.
I said was another
see
10-2.
See all that banding together right
That's
here.
all I
Look at
said.
the charity
Though.
team. Look what they're
I
doing.
just
I'm
asked
not,
if you
but
wanted
I'm
another
just being
10-2.
honest. No, I'm not. I don't. You lot are not going to lose 10-2 to Bayern Munich. Hell no, that ain't going to happen.
Definitely
No,
not.
we know that.
But
You know
how
what
do
I'm
you
saying?
feel? Because the last time you faced them,
It was 10-2.
like, come on.
At the end of the day, look at the squad we had when we lost 10-2 versus the squad we got now. I'm not worried about no 10-2.
Didn't you guys have like Jack Wilshere who was meant to be the future of your team?
No, he wasn't in
Was
the
it
starting.
Theo
He was in that
Walcott?
starting. Oh, I saw it the other day.
Theo Walcott was
Wasn't that
there,
Muller and
right? Theo
No,
Walcott,
our team.
the best youngster to come out of
We're
London.
not losing 10-2, Anita.
All right,
You're
anyway,
saying,
you
look
asked
at our
about
squad
your-
back then.
Like
This
your,
is your
prediction,
squad.
like your current Champions League
Was
predictions, that's
Santi
not happening.
Carzola, was he not there? Carzola, one of the best midfielders to come out of.
I can't remember. I saw it the other day, but I can't.
He's cold. Carzola
Okay.
is cold.
Okay, everyone, let's just breathe.
Cold.
Yeah.
Yo, what's going on, peeps? Copes here with Keep It 90. If you enjoyed what you just saw, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube and keep up to date with us on all social platforms.
Before we go into the draw, let's actually just ask Copes about his experience at Arsenal versus Porto, so you can feel happy.
That must have been one of the best.
Not gonna lie.
That's right. Tell you that's my happy
Not
place.
gonna lie,
right.
I saw your Instagram story that you were there, yeah, and I was so happy for you because them nights, yeah, unmatched.
You can't. That's probably
Can't
one of
match
your best
them.
football experiences.
Oh, 100%. Shout out to PlayStation. But no, it was amazing. First time Champions League, and oh my gosh, the place was rocking. Absolutely rocking. Like,
In stages.
it made you feel proud to be like an Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
I'm
everyone was
envious.
just
I'm even envious of
I'm
that.
so jealous.
I'm jealous. That is
Like,
one thing I'm
they
really
were
jealous
all
of.
like, the place was singing. Everyone was just happy. You could see Porto. They were trying to lift their voice up every now and again. And as a fan base, we were like, what? Okay. And we just raised the levels again, quieted them out.
But can I be honest? I feel like it wasn't bouncing like that. Like when I was watching it on TV, the first half before they had scored, the Emirates was nervous.
What volume
looked-
was it on?
No.
It looked
I
very
agree
nice.
with
It was
Sam.
nervous at a
I
point.
do agree with Sam.
I have like 10 friends in the chat that was literally there. They said that they've never seen the Emirates that nervous until they scored.
score.
And
I
then
agree with Sam.
it was until they scored, and then when it went to penalty shootout,
You know
that was
what-
the
That's
two
what the-
waves
You know what
when
it
it
was?
peaked.
Yeah.
I suppose it's
Crazy.
it's probably not as rocking as, say, you might have seen
Against
another game
City.
this season. Yeah. Another game this season where, again, there wasn't so much before that first goal went in. Because the thing is, Porto, you could tell they were just trying to hold out.
Resilient.
Oh my gosh, the keeper holding off the ball, they
Pepe.
were dropping. Like they had a game plan where it was just, let's just waste as much time. Even when we
And
scored the
that was
goal.
the first leg as well. They're boring.
Yeah,
man.
exactly. And that's
Get
all
out
they
of
were
it.
doing, considering this was a team everyone was saying, oh, they're scoring this amount of goals in their league and blah, 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 blah.
Jokers.
They weren't doing none of that. So it was quite frustrating. And I must admit, like, we were sitting there thinking, oh, we need this one goal just to kick things on. And once Trossard, that was it, man. With the binoculars, fam, done his thing. The stadium was like, all right, cool, we're down.
here now.
And oh my gosh, the penalty shootout. The pride I had in our team. Like every time they went to go up to take a pen. Oh my, the booing. It was just as loud as us cheering. Oh my, the pride. Yeah. You had all the fans behind them with the flashlights and oh my gosh, I was like, yes, we are behind you. Like, whether or not win, lose today, like
that was a moment.
Yeah.
David Raya, big up yourself.
Nah,
big
quality.
Up yourself,
and I think he's really turned it around because obviously the conversation around him and Ramsdale has been where it is. But I think the last few games, I think you could almost see why he's the number one. Like, I think he's made that distance clear now in terms of how comfortable he is picking up the ball from corners, free kicks, his distribution as well. Ramsdale's distribution is good as well, but I think Raya's like just a level above from what I've seen this season. I don't know if you guys agree.
I'm still not convinced. But
really?
I'm still not convinced.
I'm not convinced by both of them.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I don't have. I'm not. I've never been convinced by Raya.
I'm
ever.
about 70%. I feel like in some games I feel like he hasn't been tested enough, and I'm like, I want to see you like really like dig deep and like really.
No, but is
get
him
in
not
there.
being tested enough not a credit to him?
Oh,
though?
it's a credit to him and the defense.
And a
100%.
testament to
But you guys had good defense last season as well.
We did, and I mean we lost Saliba in the end, and I feel like I'll keep saying this because we did, and we had to put up with holding, and I feel like a lot of that is put pressure on Ramsdale equally, and it put pressure on the team because I've always said that we're a very momentum team. Like if we know we're good in the back, we can attack as much as we like because we know that if the ball comes back, we got it handled. So we can really go for an attack, and that's what we've seen. So it's like when you have something shaky at the back, it's difficult to try and get those results. And I feel like it got to a point where people are a bit scared with Ramsdale there, and it kind of pulled us back in terms of going forward in our game. So I feel like with Raya now, it's a bit. I don't know. I just feel like.
Do you not feel like his team are more comfortable with him anyway? Like
with Raya?
Yes. They look way more
100%.
comfortable with Raya in goal.
Yeah,
100%.
now.
No, but even from like, I think there's been a few times Raya's been packed in, but that happens with most keepers. Like, I think.
Remember that spell where he was just so nervous at the back for like a good 3 to 4 games, and like his passing from the back was absolutely atrocious. It was like earlier in the season, but he did have that spell.
Yeah, but that was early doors, man. That was early doors.
It's to be expected. I feel like it's coming into a big team, and you know what the expectation is
big,
like.
It's
in
a big
comparison
ask,
to
man.
Brentford.
And it was a big storyline as well. So obviously, as a keeper, you're gonna, even if you have, it's the same thing with Onana. Everyone's made it seem like he's been a disappointment, but he's got the most clean sheets. He's been very calm. He's been very calm.
You know what it is? I
as
think
well.
Because Raya's situation was kind of crazy because everyone loved Ramsdale now at that point, and then he stepped in and was like, "What the hell was that?" So it was a lot of pressure, and I think that's why he was nervous at the beginning. But he settled in. I'm not convinced of him as a goalkeeper. I still personally think if Arsenal want to continue in this route where they want to, you're gonna have to get a number one. Like,
You don't think Raya's a number one?
I don't think he's a top goalkeeper. Personally,
He kept us in the champs, like, and you're someone who's never been there. To me,
Kepa's kept us in things
quality.
as well. He's not number one.
No, but Raya's
Raya's definitely levels above Kepa. So
no, I know that, but I'm just saying as an example. I'm just saying, like,
do you know what it is? I don't think I'm not convinced by Raya, like I said, but I don't think he's like far off being a number one keeper. I feel like as it stands right now for Arsenal, the fact that he took Ramsdale off that post in the beginning is a big testament to him as a goalkeeper anyway.
Because Ramsdale.
No. But think about Ramsdale the season before. It took a lot of convincing for some Arsenal fans, not all, for some Arsenal fans, to think that Raya could be better than Ramsdale. Now he's proven that clearly he is better than Ramsdale. He's the better option.
I don't think he's proven. I mean, even when you guys are talking about defense, that we're also forgetting this is another year. Also, Saliba, Gabriel, Ben White, and Zinchenko are playing in that back line. Last year was their first time, and they were amazing. This year, regardless, I think if you got Raya or Ramsdale, that's that entire back line. Again, another year underneath their belt.
Are you attributing your goalies' like efforts to the back line then?
No, but it's just like
It's just like everyone's just saying Peter Cech wasn't good because he.
No, I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is because where you lot are saying, for example, he's not been properly tested. Well, that's because it's another year that this back line
of course
has upped their level.
He has been tested. I think that's where I'm actually shocked that you lot aren't saying Raya's good because I think he's.
I don't think they're saying that he's not
I'm not saying he's not good.
They're just not convinced.
He said that he's not a number one.
I'm not.
But when I say number one, I don't mean for Arsenal.
If I'm keeping it real with you, this is just my perspective. But listening to like Shiz and Copes and the difference in your perspectives, it's kind of making me think. Okay, so what is it with Raya for you especially because you disagree obviously?
The only thing, listen, Raya for me is a quality keeper. I'm not gonna sit here and act like he's not. My just thing is when I compare him to Ramsdale, I just don't see that much of a difference between the two of them.
The Ramsdale that made the mistake against Brentford as well.
Yeah, but this is also the Ramsdale that's barely getting to play, so I don't think that's fair. Whereas, hold on. Whereas, hold on. Yes, it is an excuse. It is.
That's an excuse.
You play ball.
Come on, bro. Just the other day you were talking about coming back to your team when you were out for a bit.
I have to pay to play.
But I'm not being funny. But prime example was yesterday.
With Copes on this one.
Like prime example was yesterday.
Every day next to each other.
All right,
match fitness is completely different.
So that mistake was down.
100%.
That mistake is
what is
down
Sanchez?
to,
But you support Chelsea. What did Sanchez do? Yes, Sanchez don't play.
Do you think Sanchez is a number? I'm not
saying it, but I'm saying when a goalkeeper is not playing, it is a difference.
I'm not putting Sanchez on the same level as Ramsdale at all. They're saying Ramsdale and the levels between Ramsdale and Raya are very similar. I'm saying Raya has proven this season that on the ball, coming to claim balls, distribution-wise, he's levels above Ramsdale. He's proven that. We are watching him. Even the Champions League game that you saw in real life, bro, he made saves that could have turned the tide, bro. Even in the penalty shootout.
I've seen Ramsdale do it too.
Bro,
and this is exactly.
And even
last year, I saw Ramsdale move mental.
Thank you.
During certain games.
League.
We're not talking.
I'm talking in general.
It's not the same. You're talking about a competition.
But then you're
talking about a competition.
I don't know how you judge
but that's what I'm saying. You're talking about a competition, yeah, where you said that they've not been in it before.
All right, you know what?
When you talk,
let's see what he does against Harry Kane, and then we go back to this conversation.
That's fair enough.
That's how
fair enough. But they try to compare me, bro.
They
compared me to
The point is,
match
fitness is match fitness. If you don't have match fitness,
and sharpness,
but
you're talking about a player that trains every single day.
Yeah, but it's not about training.
And one of the things that he even said that he struggles with is concentration.
Isn't that a red flag for you?
It's another thing that he even said that he was talking about was when the fans are getting onto him and that. What Raya said, there was a point last season where Ramsdale said something like, what do you want to achieve this season? He said, the team is young. I want us to do as well as we can. Raya, they asked him the same question. If you could rather win the Premier League or the Champions League, which one? He said both. Yeah. There's a difference in mentality. Arteta sees that. These are things that you should just be clocking onto. Even if you think they're similar, Raya's proven that he's better, bro.
How does a man saying both make him a better goalkeeper?
No, I'm saying that
ability. I'm not talking about mentality. We're talking about ability.
Mentality has a big part on your ability as well.
Exactly, it's a thing that sets you apart, bro. We can say that for multiple players, but anyway, I don't want to be here backing Raya. I don't even care for the guy like that.
I was about to say. Can we just talk about Bayern Munich and
let's talk about the quarterfinals because they are really good fixtures. I can't lie. Atletico. To be fair, I'll go round and ask everyone who they think is going to win each fixture. So Dortmund versus Atletico Madrid.
Atletico. Yeah.
Atletico.
Dortmund.
Yep. Really.
Dortmund.
I think Atletico will do that one. PSG Barca.
PSG,
man. Hey, Mbappe's on something different.
Yeah, I think PSG as well. I want PSG to win.
PSG for me.
I might go
Barca. Okay. Real City.
I wish that was the final. Or the semis. Like, do you know what I mean? It's too early for this.
Too early.
It's Madrid.
It's too early.
You think Madrid are going to do it?
I think City.
I think City.
City don't get buoyed twice in the Champions League. It's one time you get buoyed and then they're coming for you the next season. It's City.
Bayern. Arsenal.
Do you know what? If the fixtures were swapped, I would say Arsenal.
Same.
But because you guys' second leg is at Allianz, I'm going Bayern.
I've said this about Allianz.
Allianz is ruthless.
It is.
Ruthless.
They can't have no fans at Emirates.
Yeah, you lot got to win your home game.
So I feel like we have to
go hard.
But that's the thing. There's no other way.
That's the thing. Like, even though you guys have the home advantage with the fans, Bayern just from the mentality of the club, they don't need their fans to score. They don't need their fans to cause an upset. So when you guys come to their home, to Bayern's home, you need to be 2-0 up.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
3-0 up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
I'll be
I
happy.
think
What about
3-0
3?
up.
I'm happy.
You
If
know,
anything below that, I'm shaky.
You know what shocked me about the last 16 games? Yeah, obviously Arsenal went through, but I didn't know that it literally. And I'm not even saying this as a disrespect. I didn't know it was 14 years since they had made a quarter final.
Yeah.
Like that is like
insane.
so for Arteta to do.
They're
going
gonna give their all. That
They're
game,
going to
by the
give
way.
their all.
I'm
But
telling
it's
you.
going to be interesting to see how they come up against Harry Kane, Musiala, Davies. Saka's going to have to worry about defending.
Defending. He's
That
gonna
guy.
have to
Do you know what I
defend,
mean?
yeah.
For me, I might be chatting shit here. I might be. But I think experience is really going to play into this. If Tuchel brings on a Muller and Muller starts to dictate that midfield, dictate the attacking play, it's going to be a bit scary. Experience.
We've got Havertz, man.
see.
He's been there, done that, won that for
Do
you
you
lot.
know
Don't
who
worry,
Muller
man.
is compared to Havertz?
Listen.
Muller
don't worry.
is heritage.
Yes, there's experience and all of that. That's great. Yeah, and obviously that's the one thing in the back of my mind. where I'm
Wearing
just
our
like,
chains
we
is
don't have
crazy,
that.
by the way.
We don't have that. But 14 years we made it here. Like we can do something, man.
You wore our chain proudly. You said we have
Wearing our
Havertz.
I'm saying wearing our
Did he
chain
even
is
in with you?
crazy.
So
don't matter, man.
So if you make it through, let's say everything is bouncy and you beat Bayern Munich, yeah. If you face a Madrid or City, do you feel like you're capable of beating them?
Yep.
Yes.
2 games.
I think you're
Yes.
capable of beating
You think
City.
you can beat Madrid 2 games?
It's like
Not Madrid. I
it's
think
like I was
City.
saying before. Like
It's 2 games.
it's
You-
2 games.
I get what you
and
mean.
the reality is,
It's 2
I
games.
know we don't like to use league form, but the reality is we've seen this team where we're playing good football. If you look at all the teams in Europe right now, we're one of those teams that are playing good
the best
football. So the reality is, why can we not go and beat these teams
Were
over 2
you not
games?
worried
That's
after
even
last 16?
Football.
Say again?
You're not worried about last 16?
Was I
Was
not
you,
worried?
was you not worried after your performances in the last 16 against Porto? Probably the team that wouldn't everyone expected you not to walk them, but to go
Can I-
to the Emirates and.
but-
Can I back you guys for a second? With Porto, yeah, the only reason why I thought Arsenal wouldn't win the first time was because of the home fixture. Away fixture, Porto away, like you get, it should have been easy for you guys anyway. But at the same time, they sit back so well and so calm. That's Jose Mourinho's protege.
But they attack well as well, though.
They attack well, but their defense is what saves them.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If I'm an Arsenal
And they
fan,
didn't
I'm
get a
not,
sniff in
and I'm
the
not, and I'm
Emirates.
not just saying it. No, they did. Raya had a few saves to make.
Yeah,
like, he had a
but
few saves
they
to
didn't
make.
score.
But that's my point. It's like you're playing against a Porto, and no disrespect to them, but they're not even. You're talking about league form and this, that. Yeah, they're not in a great position in their league. Yeah, we're going up. You're going up against the Bayern Munich side, where this is their only competition that they can win this season,
Yeah,
But it's also
and they've got better players. So it's like after seeing those performances against Porto, where you looked kind of nervy, like you had to grow into those games, but it took penalties. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going into that, are you not thinking, okay, what would you do different, or what would you say to the team?
I mean, the thing is also is Bayern aren't going to just sit back and try to play on the counter. You know what I mean? Like they're not Porto. They ain't got that kind of mentality. So you're going to see 2 teams going
Attacking
at
each
it,
other.
attacking
I
each
agree
other.
with you.
Yeah.
So it's
I agree with that.
completely different setup where Porto was there going, we're just going to eat this and then we're going to play on a counter. So I think, again, we're 2 teams both trying to play that attacking football against each other. It's going to open up for whoever's good on the day, really.
And
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think
That's
Saliba,
why.
and I'm a big, massive fan of Saliba, bro. You need to be locked
He's
in.
gotta be
for
locked in.
110.
Both of them
Because
need
you
to
know
be
what it is,
locked
yeah?
in.
Is I'm not gonna lie, and we know Harry Kane. we support Premier League teams, but Harry Kane with that
Musiala
support,
as well,
we
man.
ain't seen.
Hey, listen, also, we see they got
Yeah,
Eric,
he
we,
is,
no, I was
yeah.
going to say, we also see they got Eric Dyer at the back there. So
Yeah.
too
So
cool,
and
keep him
that's
there.
what I mean.
Too cool, keep him there.
Yeah, keep him. Yeah, if you Eric Dyer, because you lot can attack
Eric
him.
Dyer, Upamecano, ha!
2
That
reds.
that is a mare, by the way.
2 reds,
That is a
1
mare,
team.
and that's what I mean. Like Arsenal have a chance,
Yeah.
but then
Yeah.
if you get through, I think if I was an Arsenal fan, I need City in that.
Yeah,
semi.
I really
I
think-
don't see because you know what it is. Madrid's. I've seen you lot go toe to toe with City. You lot can deal with that. I feel maybe
Over two legs.
Over 2 legs is a bit different. on a one-off, you might do enough to
Tottenham
help
can
the
do it,
second
you
leg.
guys can do it. Sorry.
But Real Madrid, nah, man, they got some magic sometimes.
I'm not talking about
man.
Real Madrid. I think you guys should be hoping for City, 100%.
Oh yeah. If it's City, I think you lot are good.
If City get to the semis, I think you guys will be not fine, but it'll be an easier route than going with Real Madrid. If it's Real Madrid, the reason why I say I don't think you guys will have a chance in Real Madrid, no matter what happens with that Real Madrid team, if their backs up are against the wall, you can go win 3-0 at home. You will come to the Bernabeu and they will deal with you. They will. That's just
like the
that's
Liverpool
just them.
game. I will never, and that is one of the best semi-finals I've seen. Liverpool smoked them at home. Yeah. Went back to that Bernabeu. It was hell. Chelsea, same thing. Bro, I remember. You get what I mean? And that's why I think Madrid's gonna get to the final, personally, because I don't see.
I think if this is
it's
how
gonna be
I see it,
Madrid final.
I really think Pep can do it against Real Madrid. I really see it. I really see it.
He done it last year. He beat them 4-0.
Well, yeah, he got his revenge. Yeah, he got his revenge last year.
Why I know, because of last year, I know Real Madrid's not.
You only get to boy Man City one time in that competition. One time.
We'll see. Anyway, it's international week for the next few weeks, and the England squad was announced. Was there any player that you expected to be in that wasn't in? Any players that you?
What about that whole Ben White debacle?
I think it's fair.
I
think it's fair, but just don't expect to be in the squad again. If that's how you are.
As long as Southgate is
I was gonna say.
Yeah,
once Southgate leaves, Ben White will be there.
Take disrespect and me.
So is that the only player? Is that the only player you'd have expected to be in the team?
Loftus-Cheek. Sorry, standing on that hill.
Is he balling at Milan?
He is absolutely.
He's one of the best players at Milan right now.
Ahead of Henderson. Are you insane?
I don't know how Henderson.
But then you need
you need experience.
Listen, there's not experience. They're playing different positions.
I know, but what I'm just saying, I don't care. I don't even care who. I don't care who.
Life doesn't work that way, man.
Listen,
the squad is out. Alright, cool. So let me actually get the.
I've got it. If you want me to read it out.
The midfielders, yeah, go on.
So midfielders, we've got Jude Bellingham, Conor Gallagher, Jordan Henderson, James Maddison, and Declan Rice.
Who is he getting ahead of in that midfield?
Gallagher.
All right.
You think he deserves to be in that?
Yes.
That's interesting.
I'm a Chelsea fan. I love what Gallagher's done. Loftus-Cheek has finally become that player that, me personally, I've always supported. He has actually become that player.
To be fair, I'm not mad at that. I feel like sometimes the players that aren't playing
he's a different profile.
They get overlooked.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes
like Tomori.
Yeah.
I think
you said it at the same time, like Tomori.
I think it's Serie A though. I think there's something about that league that just doesn't get the respect that you guys are saying it deserves. But I don't think he deserves a spot over a Gallagher. I think that's a tough call.
I feel like,
and Gallagher's been in the fold for a few camps, so it makes sense.
That's the only reason why I'd put Gallagher in there, because he's actually been in the fold. But I feel like if you want to base it off of like talent and what's actually been happening this season as individuals, Loftus-Cheek, he's having such a sensational season. It's unbelievable. Like you speak to any AC Milan fan, they will tell you Loftus-Cheek has been that person in the middle that has just been sensational.
For England, are these two friendlies or any of these qualifiers? It's just friendly.
And this is another thing.
Kind of used to test players.
It's way too close to be testing players now for the Euros. Way too close.
Okay, but then this is
won't go.
Okay, but this is my point though, right? And this is what I don't like about the last few England selections. It's like Gareth Southgate, let these men play because you know who you're gonna pick anyway. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. Like at the end of the day, there was a whole mad thing about Calvin Phillips. It's only that he's been so shocking now.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, you're telling me, give let him get a cap then. Let him just go and play. At least for these friendlies that literally mean nothing because everyone's concentrating on their domestic season with their club.
I don't agree. Not this close to the Euros. I'm sorry.
Right now,
it does because right now, Gareth Southgate doesn't have a lot of time to build that team for the Euros. He needs to get them together and he needs to make sure that they are gelling. He needs to make sure that he knows a game plan for the Euros. Let's keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. RLC is not going to the Euros. Maybe the next tournament he can have a shout in. But as it stands right now, he hasn't got enough under his belt with the camp to go to the Euros. So there's no way you want to risk bringing somebody else in that you know you're not taking in summer.
The reason why I'm not hearing that is because he's going to field the same team he fielded in the last Euros. This is the thing. He's going to field. It's going to be the exact same team. What's all this bonding? You've been playing with the same team.
The quicker you accept it, yeah.
And that's why he will never win nothing with England. And I said it here, and I said it done.
Okay, we've only got a few minutes left. Let's get into the Adidas and Nike new kits because they were released today
Overstretched.
on the Monday. And some of the kits are cold. Nigeria kit is cold. England kits are calm as well, to be fair.
That dark
I want that
nice.
second kit.
Yeah, it's nice.
England.
But they're so expensive. Sorry, Adidas. I know we could be friends on that. But, bro,
We could be friends
like,
on that.
why are they so expensive? Like, they are like fashion pieces now.
Sponsor us.
What are we saying? What is the best kit that everyone's seen so far? I'm gonna go Nige.
I like Nigeria's kit.
Yeah, Nigeria's.
Nigeria's kit is always the best one.
I like just the simplicity of it. I like it personally.
Norway's kit is nice as well.
Yeah, I saw
that on Haaland. I think that was really nice. But yeah, I feel like they're stepping up the kit designs because they know that
Korea. That's the one I like.
People are investing.
Yeah, Korea's got
Korea's one is nice.
Korea's got a
beautiful
good
still.
kit. I might have to get round there. I'll be real.
All right, cool. Before we finish off, we're gonna do. I'm gonna ask everyone for their favorite celebration this season. Everyone has one celebration to pick.
Kudus.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Kudus. When he sits on the little banister, it's like that.
No, the one where you got the chair.
The chair, yeah.
When he got the chair.
So
when
I
he was
thought
down.
I think the chair one was
Gangster.
cold, yeah.
Cold, man.
But I don't think it's the best celebration.
So what's yours?
What's
I
yours?
think Jude's got the best celebration.
Oh, we're
in world
going
football right
international.
now.
Yeah, Jude.
Okay.
He's got the
Are
best
you
celebration
dumb?
in world football, bro.
As in, do you know what? I thought, Marcus Rashford, he did something with this,
No, he did do
He
something.
did
with
do
that,
something, but when Jude was like,
Yeah.
I said, yeah.
It was because
And
his
all the fans
celebration.
are going crazy.
Yeah, it's like embracing
And
me.
you're just like,
Embrace me. I'm your king. Yeah. It is.
When he does it against the Ops as well.
And do you know what it is?
That
Do you know what
just
it is?
incredible.
It's doing it at the Bernabeu. Do you know how many legends have had their celebrations at the Bernabeu? You are cementing yourself in history by doing this.
100%.
Oh,
If he does that against my team, I'm throwing a flare, man. Game done.
You see that at the Arsenal game?
coming
Just
back.
know that was his.
me.
A quick one, yeah, and this is just a quick one because I know we're running out of time. But I saw this debate happen this week actually. Musiala or Bellingham? Who's the better player?
Oh, tough to compare them.
Yeah.
It's not really.
do you know what?
Is it because Bellingham's now in that 10 we're comparing them? Because
They're both
Musiala-
attacking. They're both attacking midfielders.
I feel like, for me as a person, as a fan, I love the aura that Jude brings to his team. Like, his aura is probably unmatched amongst the youngsters, right? But in terms of like tech and the kind of baller that I enjoy watching, it's Musiala. Like, I can sit and watch Musiala for hours and hours and just be like, run at your age, how you doing these things? Or how did you see that ball coming? When did you make that run kind of thing? Like, I really like that from Musiala, but it's nothing to do with how, like, I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying, in terms of tech, Musiala is my kind of player.
Yeah.
But I love
I'm
Jude.
just struggling a bit. I know Bellingham's now playing in that 10, but before this season, it would have been Bellingham was sitting in 8, and you would have Musiala at the 10.
Nah, you would still compare them though, because Bellingham was more like a box to box-ish, but still gets heavily involved in attacking football. That's why Ancelotti's done so well with how he's molded him, because he knew that was more of his strength.
Yeah, he had a bag over
That was
there.
more of his strength. But yeah,
On form, is it Bellingham
it's a
then?
tough one anyway.
I'm gonna go with Bellingham only because I just feel the jump to Madrid from Dortmund and to step up and do what you've done. There's many players that have had many talents that cannot do that.
Would you say Musiala's doing his thing at Bayern?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but and no, he's doing his thing at Bayern, but then sometimes that league and I mean, there's questions.
Too many question marks.
Yeah, there's a lot, and
I hear
I'm
it.
not questioning his talent though.
No, but I
he's
get it, but the
insane,
league- yeah, but the league,
and the
yeah, I
thing
get
is, like, even if I was an Arsenal fan, that's the one I'm fearing the most.
Yeah.
But I just feel like Bellingham, you've gone to Madrid from Dortmund, and then you've just been the man. You're the man at Madrid. You know how crazy that is.
and
You know, like Zidane is the man at Madrid.
And
Ronaldo's the man at Madrid.
Do you know what's even nicer? It's just the fact that he's gone to Madrid and everybody around him has accepted that he's the man. Because you know, going to Madrid, you can be the best player ever, but who's going to accept you? When David Beckham went to Madrid, how long did it take for people to accept him? You know, like, he's gone there. And Vinicius and Rodrigo, all them man, Zidane, they're all giving him like the...
Getting the cruise
Getting the
Cruise
cruise
cosign
nods.
Crazy.
is like
It's
getting it's like going to a
crazy.
job and your CEO instantly wants to shake your hand.
Yeah,
Like,
you know
getting
what
a
I
cruise
mean?
cosign.
It's huge.
I'm sorry.
You
you're
will
him.
probably never see someone from England go to Real Madrid and have that impact. You won't see it. It hasn't happened before.
Yeah, no, big up Jude, but big up Musiala as well, because they're both ballers.
tenfold.
But I thought, let me just ask that question. Let us know what you think on social media because there's no comment section on Spotify. But yeah, that was another episode of Keep It in 90. That was fire. It's always fiery when we're talking about, like, we need to be better at that, actually. When we're talking about other teams, we need to get better at listening to Arsenal fans, be happy, and listening to Chelsea fans, be happy, or talk about something. Because it gets too toxic in here. Yeah?
Hey, I listen to the Arsenal fans.
I know, but you today there was some toxicity.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm the most listening Chelsea fan out of the.
No, you're not. You're not.
Pardon?
No, you're not. You're not. You're not. It's 100% me.
And on that note,
100%
we'll
me.
see you guys next time. Peace.
Love.
Yo, guys, if you like what you hear or see, make sure you give us a follow on all platforms. And also, make sure you comment as well. Would love to hear what you lot think.